So folks, have you ever heard the one about the mayor who had 9 lives? No, seriously. Today we're talking about one of the coolest mayors to ever grace this planet. And no, I'm not talking about some fancy politician. I'm talking about Stubbs, the feline mayor of Talkeetna, Alaska. Stubbs was more than just a cat. He was a legend. You see, back in 1997, the residents of Talkeetna, clearly ahead of their time, decided to elect a mayor who was completely unprolific. Yes, you guessed it. Stubbs the cat beat out all other candidates. The story goes that the townsfolk weren't too impressed with their human candidates, so they threw in a write-in, vote for Stubbs. And before you know it, this tiny tailless kitten was the leader of the pack. Or, more accurately, the leader of the town. Talkeetna's a quirky little place with a population of just around 900 people. And it's got that kind of charm you just can't fake. Stubbs fit right in. He was elected as a joke, but he ended up serving 20 years. I mean, could you imagine? Most of us can't keep a houseplant alive for that long. And this wasn't just some honorary title. Stubbs had a real office at Nagley's General Store. Well, office might be a bit of a stretch, but it was more like a comfy box on the counter where he could keep an eye on things and greet his loyal constituents with a lazy paw or the flick of his tail. Stubbs was the kind of mayor we all wish we had. He never raised taxes, didn't get involved in any scandals, and he never made a single boring speech. Instead, he focused on the important stuff, lounging around, drinking water with catnip from a glass, and just being his fabulous feline self. Legend has it, he even survived an assassination attempt. Well, more like a dog attack in 2013, but Stubbs, being the tough Alaskan cat that he was, bounced back like a champ. Can you imagine the headlines today? Mayor survives assassination attempt by dog. Twitter would have a field day with that one. And if you're thinking, okay, but really, how much impact could a cat mayor have? Well, think again. Stubbs was a serious draw for tourists. People would travel from all over just to meet this laid-back leader. Imagine coming all the way to Alaska, not for the northern lights or the glaciers, but to meet a cat. But as all great things must come to an end, so did Stubbs' reign. In July 2017, after 20 glorious years, Stubbs passed away at the ripe old age of 20. In cat years, that's like, 96 human years? He lived a long, full life, filled with belly rubs, catnip, and the adoration of an entire town. So rest in peace, Mayor Stubbs. You may not have had a political power, but you had the one thing every politician dreams of, true popularity. And while you might have crossed that rainbow bridge, you have left behind a legacy that proves that sometimes the best leaders are the ones who don't even have to say a word.